As promised in last video, I am back with one more video in the series of real world experienced Scrum Master interview questions and answers. In this interview with IBM, few questions will look easy, but they will surprise you if you are not well prepared. So watch full video till end. Before we start, I want to show you the job description. Because for a couple of interview questions, you will get the answer from the job description itself. So as I say, always read the job description and always visit the website of the company for which you are giving interview. You can see over here, they mention something called Global Scrum Master Project Manager. It will raise some doubt whether they actually looking for a Scrum Master or someone with a mix of both project management and a Scrum Master skill. If you see the responsibility, they mention as act as a project manager. So this again word is an alarm for me. But if you see, assist with the introduction and adoption of Agile values, principle, method and practices, assist Agile Scrum team members. So all these things will be important once you are giving your answer to the roles and responsibility. Try to incorporate few words, few stances in a different, just rephrase some of that statements over here and try to put in your role and responsibility section. Again, you can see what they are exactly looking for, the key skills. And you can see about IBM. What they are expecting. Important thing is about IBM that again you should know. So for this you can also visit the website apart from the JD. So let's start then. Hello friends, my name is Sunan Sharma. I am an Agile consultant by profession, and if you are visiting our channel Career Talk first time, make sure you hit the subscribe button. When you subscribe to this channel, you will get 3 benefits. First, for your next Scrum Master interview, you will be more confident after watching real-world Scrum Master interviews, questions and answers from large multinational companies, which I am posting regularly. Second benefit, you will be learn more about different exam certifications like PSM, CSM, PMI, ACP, Scaled Agile. Third, you will learn a lot from videos on Agile methodologies along with different frameworks like Scrum, Safe and Kanban. Friends, every single week I will upload at least one video for you. So click on the subscribe button right away and make sure you hit the bell icon to turn on the notification. At the end of the video, if you like my efforts, please hit like button. Your one like is a big motivation for me. So friends, let's start. Okay, so interview consists of 4 rounds. First is cognitive assessment test. Friends, this kind of tests are now very common across different companies. So if you don't know what is cognitive assessment test, I have prepared one dump on this. You can check in the link in the description and the card which is coming right on the screen. So first round is obviously going to be the technical round, telephonic round, and the next round is going to be a week-on round where they will going to have an interview face-to-face on a Skype or something like that. And the last round is a HR round. So let's move on to the questions quickly. Okay, so first question is tell us about yourself and why you want to join IBM. So friends, intentionally I have given this answer a little bit short about myself because I really want to emphasize more about on a IBM, like why I want to join IBM. So I mentioned something like that. I am an Agile practitioner with an extensive experience in consulting, mentoring, coaching teams in Agile environment, the total of IT experience of 15 years. So I mentioned something like that. It's up to you how you have to start your this particular question. Let's move on to the next part of this question. Okay, so why you want to join IBM? So as I mentioned earlier, friends, by heart the complete job description, you will get a lot of clues about your answer. So I mentioned something like the IBM reputation is certainly a factor. I would be proud to work for a company with such a long history of leadership in the industry and a market leader. I would like to part of a digital transformation, which is the current focus of IBM, and work on project with emerging technologies like a big data, cloud, and a mobile. All these points, friends, I have received from the job description. You can go back and check that. Third point, I already worked with IBM for 3.5 years, so I know the culture, IBM support, learning, and development on the job. And it's really rewards smart work. So try to incorporate this kind of answers and don't forget about IBM values. If you mention this, they will really boost your answer. So IBM values are about dedication to every kind success, innovation that matters for our company and for the world, trust and personal responsibility in all the relationships. Friends, I have even explained these three values in detail to those people. So you can also check on this part. So for the interest of this video, I have just kept it very simple for you. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so next question is, what is your dream job? So normally it's an unusual Scrum Master interview question. You won't find this kind of question during the Scrum Master. So I have given answer something like that I would like to rephrase your question into what is my dream career. So my dream career involves doing what I am presently doing. I believe that I am on the right track to attain a career goal which I have set for myself. Everything I have learned to date on the job and outside relates to what I truly value as a professional. Besides, your organization also value these points, which is quite evident. Besides, I have always been eager to work in a collaborative environment that fosters a passionate team. I strongly believe that your organization encompasses the same. Hence, the job role I am interviewing for right now is very close to my dream job position at present. Let's move on to the next question. Tell us about your current roles and responsibilities. So friend, this is your time to shine. You can mention whatever the good work you have done so far in the role of Scrum Master. So I mentioned something like, because I seen the job description and it's some senior, job posting is there. So I mentioned that, okay, I'm working as an enterprise agile coach with 6 teams, around 40 plus people engaged in a product development. The role include continuous improvement, coaching to help team and senior leadership deliver business value. Collaborate with other coaches from the agile community of practice within the business unit of client organization. Conducted Scrum Master trainings within organization under the program of internal Scrum Master certification. Train and coach Scrum Masters and team on agile techniques for projects of all size. Work with other Scrum Masters in a collaborative way to develop and foster cross-team communication. Let's move on to the next question. This is a very general Scrum Master interview question you will definitely have in all your interviews. Let's see the next question. Okay, walk us through the complete agile software development lifecycle in your project. Friends, if you feel this is a pretty simple and easy question to answer, just pause for a moment and think about the answer and then compare it with the answer which I am going to share with you all. So it's a tricky Scrum Master interview question and you will find why I am telling you this. Let's see the answer. Try to tally with the answer which is in your mind right now. Okay. So in software development, agile approaches development required and solution to the collaborative efforts of self-organizing and cross-functional teams and their customers and users. It advocates adaptive planning, evolutionary development, early delivery, and continual improvement, and it encourages flexible response to changes. Agile software development methods support a broad range of software development lifecycle. Some focus on practice, that is XP, programmatic programming, agile modeling, while some focus on managing the flow of work like Scrum, Kanban. Some support activities for requirement specification and development, for example FDD, while some seek to cover the full development lifecycle, that is DS, DM, and RUP. Friends, they are asking about complete agile software development life cycles, the different cycles which anyone can have. So instead of jumping directly to your Scrum, you just give some kind of background. And then you can mention that yeah, we use Scrum as an agile framework for developing and delivering different products. Scrum is designed for teams with member size in between 3 to 9 who breaks their work into goals that can be completed within a time box iterations called sprints. No longer than 1 month and not shorter than 1 week and most commonly 2 weeks. You can mention about various events like sprint planning. At the beginning of a sprint, the Scrum team holds a sprint planning events to mutually discuss and agree on the scope of work that is intended to be done during that sprint, select product backlog items that can be completed in one sprint, prepare a sprint backlog that includes the work needed to complete the selected product backlog items, agree the sprint goal, a shorter description of what they are forecasting to deliver at the end of the sprint. In daily Scrum, you can mention that during the daily Scrum, each team member typically answer 3 questions. What did I completed yesterday that contributed to the team meeting our sprint goal? What do I plan to complete today to contribute to the team meeting our sprint goal? Do I see any impediments, challenges, issues that could prevent me or the team from meeting our sprint goal? Sprint review. At the end of a sprint, the team holds two events, the sprint review and the sprint retrospective. At the sprint review, the team reviews the work that was completed and the planned work that was not completed, present the completed work to the stakeholders, collaborate with the stakeholders on what to work on next, and in sprint retrospective, the team reflect on the past sprint, identifies and agrees on continuous process improvement actions. Friends, you can give some real life example also how what the way you do your retrospectives and all. But then I received one surprise question. Oh, so looks like you forget about backlog refinement, and I was just smiling. Please see my response in the next slide. So although not originally a core Scrum practice, backlog refinement has been added to the Scrum guide and adopted as a way of managing the quality of product backlog items entering a sprint with the recommended investment of up to 10% of a team sprint capacity. Backlog refinement is the ongoing process of reviewing product backlog items and checking that they are appropriately prepared and ordered in a way that makes them clear and executable for teams once they enter sprint via the sprint planning activity. Product backlog items may be broken into multiple smaller ones, acceptance criteria may be clarified, dependencies may be identified and investigated. The backlog can also be included technical depths, also known as design depth or code depth. This is a concept in a software development that reflects the implied cost of additional rework caused by choosing an easy solution now in place of using a better approach that would take longer. So in this way, you are also cover technical depth. You mentioned that backlog refinement is not originally a part of Scrum practice. This will give you an edge. This will tell the interviewers that you know something which other people is not aware about. You will also get one or two kind of surprise question in upcoming slides. Let's move on to the next question. I hope guys you are enjoying this video, and if you really feel that you are learning something new, please hit subscribe and give a big thumbs up in a form of like. Next question. Tell us about your experience working with distributed teams. As you have seen in the job description, they are talking about distributed team a lot. So you can easily expect this kind of question. And even this is one of the very common question which you can nowadays finding in all of the interviews of Scrum Master. So please prepare well for this kind of questions. So I have already discussed this in my previous videos, but still let me try to give my perspective other. So there are three important main component to making a distributed team successful. That is team, tools and process. So you can mention something like that. Team is all about trust. So trust is the important thing in team. So distributed team stops working when you can't trust the person on the other side. We should encourage team members to communicate more, use written communication for important decisions, and reiterate our understanding. Software and tools. In a distributed team, we will need the right tools to make sure everyone stay on the same page and can continue to execute without a physical presence standing next to them. Example, Slack, MS Teams, Skype for business, etc. The third important point is regarding processes. The third important thing in a distributed team is what do you think about process, how we are going to work. So basically, let's talk about a culture of accountability. People often ask, how do you know if employees are actually working? An easy way we know it with the daily, weekly updates. Every person on the team posts an update to Jira about what they are done that day, shipped that week, and what they are working on for the next day or a week. Automate anything that can be automated. There are a couple of reasons why we automate things. One, it allows us to keep the team size small, so we don't need team members to perform repeaters and boring tasks. Two, it let teammates focus on high impact work nearly all of the time rather than figuring out less impactful things like the proper deploy commands. Weekly one to one. So as it's my personal practice, we'll set up a recurring weekly events with each team members to whom I'm interacting, where we both jump onto the WebEx Zoom to chat about how the work is going, are there any challenges, issues, etc., and follow up the actions if any. So something like that, you can incorporate all these inputs in your answer and come up with your own, set of answer. Let's move on to the next question. What are the key matrices from Scrum Master perspective? Friends, please understand the keyword is Scrum Master perspective. They are not asking about directly about velocity or burn down chart or anything like that. They want to know as a Scrum Master what is the most valuable matrices for you. So I mentioned something like as a Scrum Master, two most important team matrices are team happiness and team morale. Now, team happiness, if you ask me, itself is a big topic. Team morale itself is a big topic to discuss. And to the interest of this video, I am keeping it very short. So there are a couple of questions which you can ask, and on the rate of 1 to 5 or 1 to 7, you can give this kind of service to your team. If you have trust, they can put their name, and otherwise they can anonymously they can participate in this kind of service. So a lot of online tools are available nowadays. You can take help of them. So team happiness is about our member are full of into and energetic about their team and their work. Our member willing to take one for their team. Our member proud of their team and their work. Our member happy to be part of the team. Our member feeling valuable to the team. Our member happy with their task. So you can just put it this also in one of the Excel sheet and send it to your team members to based on the scale whatever you choose is either to be 1 to 5 or 1 to 7, and you can get a fair idea about team happiness of your project. Let's move on. So team morale and happiness are different things. So happiness is more about comfort, whereas team morale is tied to the productivity, self-esteem, evaluation of own professional qualities. So if you ask me, team morale is more important than team happiness because happiness is very subjective, you cannot quantify, but team morale, yeah. So on a scale of 1 to 7, team members reply to the questions like, in my team, I feel fit and strong. I am proud of the work that I do for my team. I am enthusiastic about the work that I do for my team. I find the work that I do for my team of meanings and purposes. So team morale is the average of the individual averages which we receive from each team member. So friends, this is a very good Scrum Master interview question. You can always put this kind of matrices whenever they are going to ask. To continuation to this, I also talked about other important matrices. For example, burn down chart. So a burn down chart is a representation of a work left to do versus time. The outstanding work is on the vertical axis with the time along the horizontal. It is useful for predicting when all of the work will be completed. Sprint burn downs allow tracking of dynamics of team workflow. Some members tend to take work slower at the first stage, while others burn out towards at the end of the project. With the sprints burn down, team leaders can detect these tendencies, determine their causes, and help members with work distribution and time management. Other important matrices, epic and release burn down. So this metric is similar to the sprint burn down. The only key difference is that it focuses on the team productivity before and after the release. So after that, I just taken a pause and they again come up. What about velocity? You forget to mention. and then I have given the answer that surprised them. Let's see. So the problem with velocity is that it is misused as a measure of efficiency or a team performance. Velocity is a metric of work done, not efficiency. Velocity can be increased by working overtime or adding team members, neither of which necessarily increase efficiency or performance. And they was surprised by this answer, and they told like, okay, we never heard from anyone like this, and you are giving a different perspective. So we have extended this discussion, but I'm not going to include all those things over here. And then I told them like how we are going to calculate the velocity. So we take a set of user stories that we think we can deliver in a sprint, estimate each user story using story points, see which user stories are completed after the sprint is finished, add up the estimated story points of those completed user story, and this total is the team velocity for that sprint. So we need to do this for at least 3 sprints and calculate the average velocity, and this is the team overall velocity. So this is how I told about how we are going to calculate velocity. Let's see. Okay friends, so in this part 1 I am keeping it very short. I don't want to make a lengthy videos for you all. So I just kept it very short for this video, and I'm come up with the part 2. In fact, I have to come up with a lot of part 2, but my approach is let me give you something fresh. You never know, you know, whenever you are having, you know, one of those interviews and similar kind of questions is being asked. So I'm preparing a lot of other videos which are in progress. So I can only ask you friends, please like, subscribe and comments. It's very important that you will subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon, because once you will press the bell icon, you will get the notification whenever I am going to upload the new video. So friends, I hope you will like this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.